The question slipped out before my brain could stop it. Do I have to kiss her? The woman across from me didn't even blink. Yes, she said. Convincingly. And just like that, my quiet, forgettable life took a sharp turn into something I wasn't ready for, something messy, emotional, and impossible to walk away from. Because this wasn't about romance. It was about a lie so fragile that if it cracked, it would destroy a family. It started on a Tuesday. Ordinary. Forgettable. The kind of day that fades the moment it ends. I was sitting in a hospital waiting room, scrolling my phone, minding my own business, when someone sat down next to me and changed everything. She was elegant in a way you don't see often anymore. Late 50s, maybe early 60s. Expensive coat. Perfect posture. The kind of woman who looked like she'd spent her whole life being listened to. She studied me for a moment. Then she said my name. I froze. I'm sorry. I said. You're Daniel, she replied calmly. You work 2 jobs. You live alone. And you don't have a girlfriend. My stomach dropped. I stood up. Who are you? I asked. She gestured for me to sit. Please, she said. If you leave, my daughter's life falls apart. That sentence hit harder than any threat ever could. Her name was Margaret Hale. And according to her, I was the answer to a problem she was running out of time to solve. Her daughter, Emily, was inside the hospital room down the hall. Late 20s. Brilliant. Kind. And currently fighting a heart condition that had come back without warning. But that wasn't the real problem. The real problem was Emily's father. An old-fashioned man with old money values and a dangerous obsession with control. He believed one thing above all else. That his daughter's illness was caused by stress. And that stress came from one unacceptable fact. Emily was unmarried. No fiancé. No future husband. No stability. If he found out she was sick again and still single, he'll take over her life, Margaret said quietly. Doctors. Decisions. Where she lives. Who she sees. I laughed nervously. And this has something to do with me, how? She looked me dead in the eye. I need you to pretend to be her fiancé, she said. I stared. She didn't smile. Just for a few weeks, she added. Until she's stable. Until he leaves. My mouth opened. Closed. Opened again. That's insane, I said. I know, she replied. That's why I'm offering you $10,000. I should have walked away. Every instinct screamed at me to run. But then she said something that stopped me cold. She already told him about you. My heart skipped. What? I whispered. She showed him a picture, Margaret said. From social media. An old one. You were tagged by a mutual friend. I remembered it instantly. A birthday party. Years ago. Random group photo. Emily was there. Smiling. So, Margaret continued, to him, you already exist. I felt sick. And if I say no? I asked. Margaret's voice softened. Then he comes tonight, she said. And Emily will have to explain why the man she loves suddenly disappeared. I rubbed my face. You're asking me to lie to a man who controls everything, I said. About marrying his sick daughter. Yes. While she's unconscious? Yes. And you think this ends well? She hesitated. No, she said honestly. I think it ends necessary. I agreed to meet Emily when she woke up. Just to explain. Just to clear it up. I didn't expect what happened next. She woke slowly, groggy, confused. Her eyes found mine. And before I could say a word, she smiled. Relief flooded her face. "You came," she whispered. My heart cracked. Because in that moment, I realized something terrifying. She thought I was already her fiancé. This lie wasn't starting now. It had started long before I ever said yes. And then Margaret leaned close to me and whispered the sentence that sealed my fate. "He arrives tomorrow morning," she said. "And he expects to see you kiss her." I swallowed hard. Because suddenly, pretending wasn't just an act. It was a role I had to play perfectly. Or risk destroying the one person in that room who didn't deserve to be hurt. And as Emily reached for my hand, I knew I was already too deep. And the moment Emily's fingers wrapped around mine, I hesitated. Just a fraction of a second. But she felt it. Her smile flickered, not gone, just uncertain. "You okay?" she asked softly. Her voice was weak, but her eyes were sharp. Too sharp for someone who'd just woken up in a hospital bed. "Yeah," I said quickly. "Just worried about you." That part, at least, wasn't a lie. Margaret cleared her throat. "I'll give you two a moment," she said, already standing. "Doctor said she shouldn't be overwhelmed." She paused at the door and looked at me. A warning, not a request. "Don't mess this up." Then she was gone. And suddenly, it was just me and the woman I was apparently engaged to. Emily studied my face like she was comparing it to a memory. "You look different," she said. My heart jumped. "Different how?" "Calmer," she replied. "Last time I saw you, you were nervous." "Last time?" I nodded slowly, buying time. "Big day," I said. "Guess I was in my head." She smiled at that. "Yeah," she said. "You always get like that when you think you're responsible for everyone." That sentence hit me harder than anything Margaret had said. Because it wasn't generic. It was personal. Which meant one thing. Emily and I had talked before. A lot more than I realized. I chose my words carefully. "Your mom told me your dad's coming." Her smile faded. "So it's really happening," she said quietly. I nodded. She looked at the ceiling. Took a breath. Then another. "I hate lying to him," she said. "But I hate losing control of my life more." I didn't know what to say. So I said the only honest thing I could. "I don't want to make this harder for you." She turned her head and looked straight at me. "You're not," she said. "You're helping." That trust again. Heavy. Unearned. Dangerous. A nurse poked her head in, breaking the moment. "Mr. Hale will be arriving tomorrow morning," she said. "Just wanted to confirm visiting permissions." Emily stiffened. I didn't even think. "I'm her fiancé," I said. The words came out smooth. Too smooth. The nurse smiled politely. "Of course." And just like that, the lie became official. Stamped. Logged. Real. Later that evening, Margaret cornered me in the hallway. "You did well," she said. She seemed calmer. "She thinks this is real," I said. Margaret's expression didn't change. "It is real," she replied. "For now." I lowered my voice. "She remembers things. Conversations. Details. I'm not just some stranger to her." Margaret nodded. "You met once. Briefly. At a charity fundraiser 2 years ago. That's not what this feels like." She looked at me for a long moment. Then she said something that sent a chill down my spine. "Emily has been talking about you for months." I laughed. "That's not possible." Margaret didn't. "She told her father she was engaged," she continued.